again, everyone. My name is Steve Bevans. I'm the faculty moderator of Catholics on Call, and welcome to the third installment of our online retreat for the year 2014, where we're focusing on trying to get a deeper understanding of Christian ministry. We've already talked about 4 aspects of ministry. Let's talk about 2 more in this particular session. And our first one today is that we're going to talk about the fact that Christian ministry is collaborative. We're not lone rangers when we do ministry. We do ministry, as I said earlier before, in the context of the church, and we do ministry together with other ministers. And this also follows from that charismatic structure of the church that I talked about last time. All of us are given different gifts, and we have to work together to make sure that all those gifts are being lived out, that the church is effective in every aspect of its life. So we have to work together with our different gifts. So this idea of collaboration is rooted in that idea. And there are 3 conditions here, or 3 ways to understand this. First of all, as the U.S. Bishop said, we are called together as the church to a common servanthood. And we have to work together if that servanthood is going to be realized. Secondly, the church is a holy order, meaning that we are an ordered community, that there are different gifts that we have and different levels of responsibility. And so we have to work together to make that order, again, operative and effective in the world. And then thirdly, that idea that we are an ordered community works on the principle that the sacrament of holy order, that is, bishops, priests, and deacons, serve the common servanthood. So we don't work for the bishops, priests, and deacons. We work with them, and they help us to live out our ministry. One of the best definitions that I've found of priesthood is from John Paul II, where he said that ordained priesthood is to call the whole community to its priesthood. So priests, bishops, deacons have to collaborate with laity, and laity have to collaborate with their leaders, who are those in the sacrament of holy orders. And the key quality, as Laughlin Sofield and Herbert Kuhn say in a book that they have written about the ministry as collaboration, is our ability to listen to one another, that deep kind of listening, because each of us has gifts, and we have to listen to make sure that we recognize those gifts with one another so that we can really work together with one another. A friend of mine by the name of Sister Mary Bennett McKinney, a Benedictine of here in Chicago, has a wonderful book that's called Sharing Wisdom. And she says that when you're working together and making decisions together, you have to realize 3 things. First of all, in a community, let's say in a parish, no one has all the wisdom. Not the parish priest, not the choir director, not the head of the ushers, not the treasurer. No one has all the wisdom. And secondly, everyone has a different piece of the wisdom. Lay people have a particular angle of wisdom that they bring to the table. Women have a particular angle that they bring. Men have a particular angle. The parish priest has a particular angle. So everyone has a different piece. And then thirdly, she says, everyone has a piece. So if we realize this, and we really try to listen to one another, then we realize that we work together with one another in ministry, that Christian ministry is collaborative. Then we can talk about the fact that Christian ministry is Catholic. Now, I don't mean, in terms of Catholic, in terms of we are the Catholic Church, but this idea of Catholic, it's one of the marks of the Church. And what it means is that we try to balance both the local and the global, both the particular and the general, when we are doing ministry. So ministry is both local, rooted in our own parish, rooted in our own cultures, rooted in our own generation, and at the same and it's particular. It's deeply rooted in these things. But ministry is also global. It also works across cultures. It also works across nations. It works across generations. It crosses frontiers. There's always going to be room in the church for foreign missionaries, for instance, to bring the gospel and to bring particular expertise to other countries which are not as fortunate as we are. So on the one hand, we have to be rooted in our cultures, and we have to minister in that way. But on the other hand, we have to reach out to other cultures, to other generations, to other people as well. And so, for reflection, let's look at these two ideas. First of all, from St. Paul and his letter to the Corinthians, there are different kinds of spiritual gifts, but the same Spirit. So ministry needs to be collaborative. And then secondly, you are Christ's body, individually parts of it. So again, it's that idea that we need to be particular in our ministry and yet reaching out across cultures.